Big Ben Roethlisberger, decent at best. Jimmy Garoppolo, not sure if I'm sold on the hype yet. Praised Deshaun Watson as a future MVP along with Carson Wentz. Gave them love. Jared Goff, average to above average. Dak Prescott, good, all right, okay. Called Kirk Cousins a competitor. Said Derek Carr was good despite his performance last year. Eli Manning, he said it's not really Eli. I think it's Odell Beckham Jr. I won't say Eli's good. I'll say Odell's good. And their connection is good. Oh, damn. Two-time Super Bowl champion. That's how he's talking about him. Praise Russell Wilson. Good leader, too. Big Ben Roethlisberger. Decent. It's not Big Ben. It's Antonio Brown. Big Ben slings the ball a lot of the time. He just slings it, and his receivers go get it. I played him twice last year, and he really disappointed me. Jalen Ramsey is in his second year in the NFL. He hasn't missed a game. He's played 2 years in the NFL and said Big Ben Roethlisberger, a 2-time Super Bowl champion, 3 Super Bowl appearances, he's decent. Eli Manning, 2-time Super Bowl champion. It's not really him. It's Odell. And he wasn't finished. He's a fan of Drew Brees. Andrew Luck. I don't really think he's that good. Ryan Tannehill, Miami. Don't know much about him. Matthew Stafford, Detroit. He do what he got to do. Phillip Rivers, pretty good. Matt Ryan for the Atlanta Falcons. Overrated. This is according to Jalen Ramsey of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Matt Ryan, he said, is overrated. Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco sucks. Now, I usually don't use those words over FCC airwaves, but damn it, I'm quoting. It ain't me, ESPN. It's Jalen Ramsey. I played him 2 years in a row talking about Joe Flacco. He sucks. He said it twice. Then said Lamar Jackson's going to be good. Very interesting. As for the number 1 overall pick, Baker Mayfield, he said if they want that type of quarterback, confident, get out of the pocket, throwing a run, big plays, charisma, then yeah, I understand Baker going number 1. He said Ramsey's commentary on a Mayfield pick led to a scorching hot take on Buffalo Bills rookie quarterback Josh Allen, whom the cornerback has attacked several times publicly since the draft. He says, quote, I think Buffalo Bills draft pick Josh Allen is trash. I don't care what nobody say. He's trash, and it's going to show, too. That's a stupid draft pick to me. We played them this year, and I'm excited as hell. I hope he's their starting quarterback. He played at Wyoming. Every time they played a big school like they played Iowa State, which is not a big school in my opinion because I went to Florida State, and he threw 5 interceptions, and they lost by a couple touchdowns or something like that. He never beat a big school. If you look at his games against big schools, it was always hella interceptions, hella turnovers. It's like, yo, if you're this good, why couldn't you do better? He fits that mold. He's a big, tall quarterback, big arm supposedly, but I don't see it personally. That's what he said about Josh Allen. Now, in the interest of full disclosure. Clearly, since these tweets started coming out, or these the tweets and the negative connotations started coming out since the draft, we all know the story about Josh Allen in the draft and how he said some incendiary things, racially insensitive things, et cetera, when he was younger. And folks expected his draft stock to completely plummet since that time. That is not what happened. He ultimately was picked, what was it, John, number 7 by Buffalo, I believe, if I remember correctly. And as a result, he went ahead of Josh Rosen. So as a result, somebody like Jalen Ramsey probably's got some attitude with him, but it don't mean he's wrong. Because Josh Allen's been throwing a few interceptions in practice. So we don't know. But listen, Jalen Ramsey and the Jacksonville Jaguars, they got the number 1 defense. It ain't like this brother cannot back up what he's saying. To me, based on his quotes, you know who I would love to see him go up against? I want to see him go up against Pittsburgh, and I want to see him go up against Atlanta. because those are the two things that stood out in my mind more than anything else. The fact that he called out Big Ben Roethlisberger and Matt Ryan. I don't care what he said about Josh Allen. Joe Flacco, too. Joe Flacco is a Super Bowl champion. Jalen Ramsey said he sucks. Now let's look at Jacksonville's schedule here. They're at the Giants to open the season. He did say that he wouldn't say Eli says Odell Beckham Jr. So he escaped that way, because even if Eli ends up looking good, it'll be because he threw the ball to Odell in all likelihood. And he already gave Odell props without giving it to Eli. So you guess what? He insulated himself there. You got New England and Tennessee and the Jets at home. You're on the road at Kansas City. You're on the road at Dallas. You go up against Houston. You praise Deshaun Watson. You already praised Carson Wentz. You play Philadelphia and London on October 28th. You said Andrew Luck. You didn't say that he was that impressive. You go up against Andrew Luck November 11th. Let's make sure that I don't think he's that good. So you go up against Andrew Luck on November 11th. We got to watch that. You go up against Big Ben Roethlisberger the next week. He's got back-to-back weeks against Luck and then Big Ben Roethlisberger on November 18th. And then he gets Buffalo. So 3 quarterbacks that he talked about in unflattering terms, he goes against 3 consecutive weeks in Indy, Pittsburgh, and Buffalo from November 11th to November 25th. Oh, I'm sorry. A 4th week, he goes up against Andrew Luck again. So those are 4 weeks we'll be watching Jalen Ramsey closely. November 11th, 18th, 25th, and December 2nd. Plus, he got Buffalo November 25th. That's what you got. So you see that going on. Jalen Ramsey has made this NFL season incredibly compelling.